decided to tell you a story that took place in a small village called Blackwood. It was a place where people always liked each other, and everyone knew each other. But one day something happened that changed this idyllic village forever. In the center of Blackwood stood an old chapel that had stood there for decades. It was a beautiful stone church that was a favorite place for local residents to pray and gather. However, no one knew that under the chapel there was a mysterious catacomb, which was only talked about in whispers. One cold autumn evening, a strange rumor spread in the village. Some claimed to have heard unnatural sounds coming from the catacombs beneath the chapel. Others claimed to have seen strange figures in dark robes coming out of the church in the middle of the night. There were so many different stories that the village priest decided to investigate. The night when the investigators collided under the chapel was particularly dark and silent. The Messiah's light, which always rose from the church tower, stopped shining. With lanterns in hand, they slowly descended into the darkness. When they reached the entrance to the catacombs, they felt a chill coming from the depths of the earth. The first thing they noticed were the old stone walls and dark corridors. As they passed deeper into the catacombs, they began to hear low whispers and restless whispers. They were voices that seemed to come from the walls themselves. The investigators were tired and worried. They decided to continue. Deeper in the catacombs, they encountered something menacing. They were standing in front of a grave where a hole had been made. Something seemed to climb out of the grave. When they investigated the place more closely, they discovered the remains of an old parchment scroll with strange markings and ritual symbols. What followed was even worse. Black-robed figures began to emerge from the darkness, their faces hidden from view. Alarmed, the investigators tried to run. The corridors seemed endless. The voices from the walls grew louder and louder with laughter and whispers. One by one, they began to disappear, until finally only one investigator remained. He got to the exit of the catacombs with fear and ran out. The chapel was still quiet, but the light above the tower had returned to normal. Investigators have never discovered exactly what happened in the catacombs that night. However, the village of Blackwood has changed since then. The chapel was abandoned and residents avoided its vicinity. The voices from the walls remained unexplained, but became part of the terrible memories of the local people. A village that was once a place of peace and harmony has become a place of dark secrets and unexplained horrors.